there's a line of people who are, oh, the little girl's sad, giving away their turtles and rescuing them and sending them off to a much happier place. We're dropping off our turtle at a sanctuary for turtles, and the line for turtle drop-off this morning, 9 o'clock sharp, is impressive. Look at this fella. Joseph's here to pick them up, I guess.
These guys were rescued. My mom's
They're rescuing turtles.
They were little. So she's like, oh my God, I can't believe somebody just threw them out like that. So she rescued them.
When I publish it to Instagram, I download it again and I can text it to whatever number. Yeah, it looks like her up top. Oh yeah, she's a girl. It'll just be $20. Just give it to Norma there. She'll give you a card.
And then here comes our teeny tiny one.
For this one, since you want Daryl. Oh, the little guy.
So baby.
The baby's like this. We'd like to take care of him because it's like a little bigger.
Okay.
Before we release him to the bigger pond, because some of the bigger turtles can kind of pick on
Can
him.
you tell us what he is, male or female?
Oh, this is a girl.
Okay.
Absolutely, it's a girl.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to Norma there because we got a couple other small ones right now.
Okay.
So you're gonna get a video. You'll get 2 videos. You'll get the one with all the big turtles being released in about an hour.
Okay.
But expect another video before 3 o'clock of the little guys going into one of our habitats.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Here, Nick, put this with the little guys. Yeah. It'll just be $20. You give it to Norma.
He's little.
Your card. You get a video within the hour. Okay?
Thank you.
Girl, that's a female.
It's a female.
I told you.
Yeah, he told us.
Yeah, that's a girl.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look, where is he? Look, he's the tiniest thing over there.
Yes.
He's tinier than the one she put him with.
Thank you. Here's our card.
Look at her. She's so little.
It'll be it's just $20.
We are leaving a turtle rescue sanctuary. Hold on. Our turtle was the teeniest of them all. It was so funny. We were in a line one by one. Paid $20 per turtle. We just had the one. And when my husband took the turtle out to show, because we were admiring so many other people's turtles that were huge, and when he took his out of the box to show, the whole line went, "Aww," because they have monster turtles and ours is teeny. So apparently she won't go into the sanctuary with the big turtles until she gets a little bigger. So they're gonna care for her and wait on her to grow. She is in a little container with 2 other turtles that are considered too small for the sanctuary, the big sanctuary. But she is still even the teeniest of them. So we just rescued our turtle and sent her on to have a better life. And we found out it's a girl, it's a female. All right. I'm hungry. Guys, it is January 15th, 2025. I live in Southern California, and I have not been on here because my mind is busy. My attention is busy, occupied. I'm paying attention. Winds are crazy. I live in a strong wind area, so I'm keeping my eye out. I have alerts waiting. I have things pulled out to get ready to go. The moment, the warning. I'm not going to wait until they tell me to evacuate. When they warn me that it could be evacuation, I'm leaving. I don't know where I'm going. I can't go into LA. I would have to stay on the outskirts of LA and keep heading outside of Southern California. I don't know where I'm going. If we have to evacuate. Winds are going to calm down 6 p.m.-ish. West Coast time, Southern California. And we get a break from Wednesday on through the weekend. Winds, but winds with the sea winds, whatever. So there's moisture in that. I'm exhausted mentally and emotionally. I already want to relocate out of the state. I don't want to run out of it like this. But I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of sitting by the television. I'm tired of being in my house. My area doesn't have huge, poor air quality like with particulates and toxic fumes. Although I still will be careful, but I want to go get something to eat. I'm hungry. I want something delicious to eat that I didn't have to prepare at a clean, healthy, nearby restaurant. And I want to sit down and enjoy it. Y'all want to go? Come on. Let's go. Yeah. See those mountains right there? They're a lot closer than you realize. They're right in my... I guess that's too close. But those mountains, that's the Angeles. And trying to make sure, look at this, that they don't catch on fire.
Weather alert. High wind warning in about 5 miles from current location.
I am aware right away and get myself out of harm's way. That's been my week and a half, going on 2 weeks. Today is Wednesday. I'm looking forward to watching Megan's new lifestyle show where she's cooking. I'm excited for her. It's my kind of stuff. Right now, we're gonna go look at another cool place that has delicious food, my kind of stuff. We're gonna go sit there and enjoy a meal all by ourselves. I don't really have anything going on. You know, it's like I want to get on here and talk to you, but I want to have some valuable things to talk about. I want to show you some things that you all love, which is with me, which is fashion. That's my phone. I don't know if it shows up on my recording that is shaking, but yeah. And I mean, I'm not doing anything but watching the news intensely, trying to stay alert and careful and cautious and smart. I don't have anywhere to go, and whatever events that folks do go to here in Southern California, let's say like the beauty influencers or fashion or whatever it is they do, I think all that is on hold. And I'm not on any of those PR lists anyway. I want to be. But I could do that elsewhere, like New York, which is my home. So I'm just kind of bored. And with so much going on, people's being displaced. Oh, it is like, you can't even, I mean, I don't know. It's like, it feels so weird. Anyway, let's go eat. Okay, you guys can't see me because of the sun. I will say Southern California is beautiful and sunny all the time. Can y'all see me? Oh, it is. It is a beautiful looking city, but earthquakes and fire are always looming. Oh my gosh. You know what Californians say to us East Coasters? Yeah, but you guys have hurricanes and tornadoes. I'm like, yes, we do. But they come seasonally, and we get warnings. We get alerts well in advance that they're coming. So that's more helpful. California has fire seasons that no longer exist as a fire season. It's just fires. That's why my husband stays employed here, even though his background is not fire. He's a biologist. I'm trying to see, can I get over? Is it gonna run out on me? This restaurant we're going to, I love it. You guys are gonna see. The food is always the display, the demonstration, the execution, the way it's delivered on a plate. It's so good looking, but it's also plant-based. Now, do you all ever find that these restaurants, they say plant-based, but they still use some ingredients they shouldn't use? I don't do anything with soy, but they're like shelf stabilizers, gums. And then restaurants, you have to find those particular restaurants that don't use bad oils. Like I only use avocado, olive oil, and coconut oil. And I'm particular about the olive oil now. I like Chosen Foods avocado oil. But anyway, it's such a cute restaurant. I'm so glad to be outside. I'm so glad to be going somewhere. I want some company. I'm going by myself, but I'm glad to be going by myself. I can talk to you guys the way I want to. There's a fool trying to get in front of me. They see I'm about to run out of the lane, and they were literally going to run me off the road. You know, there's stupid drivers everywhere. It's not just California. I'm trying to make sure the sun. Anyway, so I'm just so ready to get back to normal. When I get seated, the Angelus that I'm talking about, it's beautiful. It's right there. I'm going to show you guys here in a moment. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Look at that. Look. It's just right there. It's always around us. That's how a lot of the West Coast is. You're just always around mountains, and it's beautiful until they're on fire. Look at that. Lovely. It's picturesque. Who wouldn't want to live like that until they're on fire? Nobody wants that part. Okay, let me park. Let's go inside. Let's go get something delicious to eat, shall we? Hi guys. I guess I should show you my outfit, huh? You guys know me. It's all black. It's easy. And how about, I have gained so much weight, guys. My clothes don't fit. We gotta work on that.
Don't want to get this photo.
So look how pretty the mountains look. Look at that. It gives a bit of an idea why people like it here so much, or like Southern California, because you still get the mountains, but you don't have to go to Colorado where it's frigid. Even though that's beautiful too, and people like that. But the temperature is mild, unless it's just super hot in the summers, which is, I think, unusually hot for Southern California, but maybe I'm wrong, I'm not from here. But the point is, that's what people love. Let me see if I can get even close. Now, this is what it feels like to my naked eye. It's right there. That's the Angeles, I think. And it just keeps going along the highway. And then imagine a spark happening up there somewhere and then blowing down here. And as you can see, the trees, they're mild and calmer than they've been. But still enough to cause fire. And this is my neighborhood. And look how close I am. Look. And so I did hear on the news that someone was going around starting fires. It's just, and for that to, something up there to spark a flame to spark, and then the wind, this wind, even at this rate, which is starting to pick up, blowing embers, flames around. Look at how strong you can hear it. This is still mild, but still enough. Because Santa Ana winds, you're always on fire alert here in Southern California when Santa Ana winds happen. And that's because we're in the desert and it's so dry. So dry. So when the winds come, we have to worry about a couple of things. When I first moved here and had my first experience with Santa Ana winds, trees were falling over. A young woman got up early in the morning to go to work. I think she was a nurse. She got in her car and a huge tree, maybe as thick as this, or thicker, fell over on her car and crushed her in her car and killed her. And my backyard was covered with big, huge projectile palm leaves. I thought the windows were going to crack. It reminded me of hurricanes or tornadoes, which is where I'm from. And we did get a warning about Santa Ana winds, but I had no idea. It felt like experiencing a tornado without it being a tornado. But being on the lookout for trees being uprooted and for fire, fallen trees. And Tuesday morning, all day Tuesday into Wednesday morning, you know, I kept saying 80 to 85 miles an hour wind, but apparently it got up to 100. I'm finished with my breakfast. It was delicious. It was just right. I hope you guys enjoyed it with me. It wasn't long. I just needed to eat. I need to get back in. I have a couple of things I need to take care of. But I just wanted to touch base and say hi and check in with you guys. I'm still loving Summer Fridays lip. This one is in the, I told you guys before, I think it's like a peachy, what's the color called? Lip Butter Balm Poppy. I love the way the orange shade shows up on my lip and gives it the tint that I like. And the orange is kind of like a counteract, a balance. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, breakfast was perfect. And you know what, guys? It wasn't special, but yet it was. It was just avocado toast on sourdough bread, which is the bread I like to make and prefer to eat. But I do prefer my own sourdough because I use a particular flour, Kamut flour, that I can only find at the Food Nanny. No crap in it. Ancient grain flour that was used during biblical days when we made bread, sourdough bread. I make my own leaven with it. Anyway, I prefer my own because I don't have any fillers and stuff in it. And Kamut, the Food Nanny, sells the flour that's the cleanest I've found in this country, so that I can make and bake anything I want to eat. I need flour for. Also, it was just avocado toast on a sourdough bread. This is a plant-based little eatery. They're only open until 3 o'clock. They open 7 to 3. Great breakfast brunch spot. And yes, even if you want lunch, they do great sandwiches. But it's nicer, even though it's just avocado toast, it's always nice when somebody else makes it for you. Sure, I could have made it myself, saved some money, but it's about the experience too, guys. If you always, use money as a reason to deny yourself, that's all you're doing is denying yourself. It's an experience that you're wanting to have, and money can help you do that. But if you put money in its proper place, for me, there's a perspective that I have about where money fits into my life so that it doesn't rule over me, because I believe in Jesus. The love of money. How many can finish that quote, that scripture? It's harmful, it's damaging, it's destructive. Anyway, when you live the life that God designed you to do and you're conscious of it and you're purposefully seeking God's will for your life, finances are a byproduct. Money is a byproduct. You're operating under your design and your assignment. Being able to do it, if God sent you to do it, he'll see you through it and he'll meet you there. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. But it was just nice to be able to sit down and be served. And it was a simple chai with their cleanest plant-based milk. And it was warm and it was in a beautiful mug. And a nice thick bread slice of sourdough, toasted just so, with avocado and great herbs and seasonings piled with red onions, and it's just, thank you. I wanted that. I needed that. I like doing that for others. I like doing it with others. I like sharing those moments because, again, it's the experience. So I'm outside. I'm taking a deep breath. Like I'm saying, now because I am outside of the immediate areas of fire where the air is just toxic so far for folks. It's the reporters, the firefighters, not just the people who lived in the community, but everyone that's volunteering to help, even those who've lost their own homes. That air is, I'm just praying for everyone after everything calms down, that sickness for children and everybody, elderly, everybody, that stays away. And that whatever little harms that are trying to take shape or cause lung problems or health problems, that they catch it and heal. Because it's one thing to lose your home and your things and have to figure out where you're going to go next, but it's another thing to find out that that incident caused you illnesses. Oh Lord, on top of it. So I'm praying for everybody's health and that everybody's taking heed and being cautious. And it doesn't feel like a lot of people are, because a lot of times when they're being recorded by news media, you see no one with a mask on. There's some folks you see with masks on, but for the most part, people don't have on masks. So I'm taking a deep breath, not taking for granted their situation, but also not assuming that my air isn't also irritated, being careful. Because I remember during the Bobcat fires, you all remember that, hearing about that? My husband was, I don't know if he was the lead or whatever they call it on that one. And he was 30 minutes up the road from our house, but he didn't come home because he was there dealing with a fire. And that's how it is. I think he was gone for like 14 days, and they have to give you a break and bring in another crew. And he's too old to fight the fire, so he's there in the supervisory mode. There are younger guys doing it. It's a thankless job, because so many of us take for granted when we see fires. They come and go. If they don't affect us directly, then we just know there are fires there. Ooh, there's fire, and we don't think about the men and women who work on those fires, which is a hazardous scene. Hazard conditions. And then we just go on with our lives. Don't think twice. We don't even realize they're still burning, because we're not directly affected unless you have a family member on those fires. And they're wildfires, wildlife, and you just don't think about it. But those fires take about a month to contain completely. There are various crews that come in. There's this thing that's called the mop up. I think that has to do with removing hazardous material that fire always leaves behind. So a lot of these buildings and residences, even people whose houses have not burned down, and they're the one or couple houses still standing in a sea of devastation, and they're still standing. They can't even, many of them are not. A gentleman on the news last night was saying, my house did not burn down, but my entire community burned down around me. And I can't go to my house to collect things so that I can move out of it or whatever, because of the hazardous conditions. He said, my house didn't burn down, but I'm still looking at a couple of years before I can get back in my house to clear it out. And I don't know if I misheard that, but I kept rewinding it. He said it, my house didn't burn down, but just like the ones who did, I can't go back for a couple of years. It's gonna be a couple of years before I can go back to my house that's still standing, just to clear it out. Now, my husband said it can take up into a year. The news said that it can take up to a year, and probably more considering this circumstance, to completely clear out the hazardous materials. Which means you can't even which means if you're waiting to rebuild, you can't rebuild for 12, 18, 24 months. You can't even go back to the neighborhood you love, hoping to rebuild for more than a year or more. And then if another fire comes and wipes out that area again, I think it would be probably safe to say that that area is never going to be the same again. It'll be, if it keeps always being under threat. You know, one of the things that concerned me about living in California were earthquakes. I don't want to be here during the big earthquake. I mean, I've had enough earthquake experiences, and they've been minor in comparison to what's supposed to be coming. And those shake you up, 5, 6, 7 on the Richter scale earthquakes. Yeah, no. And then you add fires, unpredictable fires, folks who are troubled that start fires. I don't want to keep talking about fires. I guess I should show you my outfit, huh?